risk of giving you the impression that I'm in the slightest way put out, what the hell was all that pyrotechnics about?
We needed to know if it was true that you couldn't be blown up.
Blown up, fine. But you didn't say anything about anvils, pianos, or Mike Tyson chewing on my ear.
Sorry about that. Sometimes our work compels us to do some terrible things.
I guess I should be happy you didn't spring Don King on me. I ain't Don King proof. I don't think anybody is. And I'm going to bill you for a new suit. Every time somebody wants to find out if it's true I can't be blown up, I need another suit. Except I can't afford another suit, and my ma is getting tired of sewing it. Every time it's, Joey, what'd you get in a fight on the way home from school? And I'm like, Ma, I'm grown up. I ain't in school no more. I don't get in fights on the way home. Then she says, maybe you ought to go back to school and listen this time. Maybe you'd get a career where you don't get your clothes all blown up all the time.
Mr. Destruction, let me introduce Dr. Tim, staff scientist.
Hello, Mr. Destruction. Please direct your eyes to the screen. Lights, please. Any idea what you're looking at?
Looks a little like my neighborhood.
It's London, 1944, the Blitz. But specifically, what do you think these are?
No idea.
Mr. Destruction, you're looking at the results of Das Exploder and Das Katzen project.
Das what?
A super secret Nazi project. We knew all about the V2 and the Nazi flirtation with rockets. The real secret weapon was the Exploding Cat Project. The Nazis sent thousands of helium-filled cats, or Georgia cats, into England to wreak havoc. After the war, the top German scientists from the project were brought here to the U.S. to finish their pioneering work. At first, there was great hope.
The United States Army presents Path to Victory. Soon, fierce felines will win the Cold War and ensure peace and democracy the world over with Bomber Cat. Laser Cat. And guarding our shores, Radar Cat. Yes, peace will reign supreme thanks to our feline friends.
So what happened?
Well, it turned out the Exploding Cat Project wasn't one of those really great German ideas. Just a lame-brained wacko scheme from some nut job in Hitler's upper echelon.
So what was the problem? Besides the obvious one.
The cats wouldn't cooperate.
Now there's a surprise.
No, once the cats figured out there was something we wanted them to do, they wouldn't have anything to do with it.
And it goes without saying that appealing to their sense of patriotism was useless.
I appreciate the history lesson, fellas, but I'm a little lost.
The Exploding Cat Project was closed down in '67, but that wasn't the end of it. The descendants of those cats were the ones who formed the core of the Super Cat Project.
The Super Cat Project?
Well, we had all these Nazi cats around and needed to find something to do with them. It wasn't really a project at first. We just gave them run of the place. Turns out they gravitated toward the gym. They'd be pumping iron or running on the treadmill for hours. We think they were inspired by Jane Fonda.
So we figured, what the heck? We started giving him steroids.
Unlike explosive cat food, we didn't have any problem getting them to take the steroids.
And thus was born the Super Cat Project.
Who's that big son of a gun?
That's Big Larry. Lights, please.
Mr. Destruction, last evening we had a very serious breach of security here.
How so?
Well, somebody left the kitty door open.
And all the cats escaped. Every freaking one.
But not before taking a whole bunch of these.
What are those?
Tuna and chicken-flavored explosives, specially formulated for the Exploding Cat Project. Now, the explosives can be triggered two ways, by the cat itself or by a certain frequency generated by an outside source. By the way, we don't know what the frequency is.
You don't.
It was a closely guarded secret that died with the last German working on the project.
And he didn't tell anybody?
Since the major spy scandals of the last few years, no one says anything to anybody anymore. Company policy.
Meetings must be awfully quiet.
You could hear a pin drop.
So the frequency could be anything.
Like the sound of a bus going by, or a car, a truck, or Oprah.
Okay, so because I'm bomb-proof, you want me to capture a bunch of kitties for you.
That's correct.
How do I go about this?
We have some equipment for you.
All right, just what I've been waiting for. What do you got?
1 can of kitty treats.
Just one? For 50 cats?
Budgets are tight. It's not like you actually have to give them any kitty treats. Just shake the can and they'll come running.
Oh, they're gonna love that.
And 2 other things. Laxatives?
Huh?
The cats will have swallowed the explosives.
Uh-huh.
And these,
Oh, boy.
in case you need to go in after them. Oh, and one thing more. Your special gift for helping us out here at the NBC.
Thanks.
Now you'll use this to accomplish your mission.
What's that?
It's an armored paddy wagon for cats.
So it's a caddy wagon. It looks like an ice cream truck.
Exactly.
Exactly what?
You won't attract suspicion, that's what. If you were driving around collecting cats in a CIA or LPGA van, people might think something was up.
But if I'm driving around in an armored ice cream truck in the middle of winter, in the middle of the night, and I'm throwing cats in the back, they won't.
Bingo!
By the way, we'll be in touch with you via your left ear.
Huh?
We implanted a device when you walked in.
So I'm gonna be hearing voices in my head?
Yep.
Great. I already got a device from my ma in my right ear. Or at least it feels that way sometimes. Just don't all talk at once, okay?